AFL Today presents a replay of last year's grand final, Hawthorn versus Geelong. The Hawks began their quest for immortality at VFL Park today against the Cats, who challenged and came so close to bringing them down in 1989. And we take you to Princes Park, Carlton against Sydney. The Blues are desperate to climb back up the ladder, and the Swans are serious contenders. Scotty Palmer's along with the latest punchlines, and we cross to Sandy Roberts at Carrara to preview tonight's live game, Brisbane and Richmond. The very best in football, 7 Sport and AFL Today. Yes, good evening and welcome to AFL Today. Two very contrasting games we'll be showing you in the replay at Princes Park, Sydney against Carlton, and a replay of that grand final at VFL Park today with Hawthorn up against Geelong. And as I said earlier, crossing to Sandy Roberts for a preview of the big game between Brisbane and also Richmond, and Scotty Palmer with the latest with his punchlines. Well, Hawthorn against Geelong today. Andrew Gowers dropped out of the Hawthorn team. He was replaced by Greg Madigan. Gowers coming down with a flu. Geelong unchanged. Stephen Hocking, captain of Geelong today, with Andrew Bew still out injured. And Michael Tuck in his 20th season playing his 384th game. Conditions were absolutely perfect. A big crowd, more than 41,000 people in attendance. Let's look at the highlights. Hawthorn against Geelong. I was working alongside Ian Robertson and Bernie Quinlan. Darcy goes short, or missed by Baldwin, and Jenkins should go. Drop punt.
He's well tackled by Denham. The ball runs free. Denham, good gather. Round onto the left foot. Denham's left foot kick towards centre half forward. Ablett. 2 grabs at it, but he's got the kick 50 metres from goal. No trouble with the distance. Accuracy is perfect. Left foot kick by Baldwin. Up towards half forward. Again the ball bounces in free ground. Exel. He's given 3 or 4 good hand passes away. This is another good one. Ablett goals. Jenke has kicked Hawthorn's only goal so far. That's a mark, a Hawthorn mark to Brereton, standing his ground. The kick to the advantage of Pritchard in the pocket is a good one. He'll run onto it and have a shot for goal. Pritchard goes bang and kicks it. Great play.
Morris, Anderson, drop punt, Pritchard gets him and plays on to Morris or Curran. Whitman make it, drop punt, puts it through. Schultz, who was picked on the interchange bench but took his place in the 18. The ball at the back, Ablett, sneaky little hand pass to Gurry. Gurry's kick towards goal. It's a goal! Great kick by Gurry. He plays on quickly, kicks it up towards centre half forward. Curran can't mark, but he's quick to recover. Gets the hand pass, it's slick. Pritchard, short pass, brilliant. Dunstall has yet to kick a goal. He makes no mistake with this one. Mark Yates kicks straight up the ground. Nice looking kick too. Tuck in front. And judged it pretty well, Michael Tuck. The ball sat a little bit. Kicking into the wind, the Cats. A slight breeze. Tuck goes for the torpedo punt kick up towards full forward. Dunstall has marked the ball in the middle of a pack of 4 players as though there was no one around him. Dunstall now from only 5 metres. He doesn't miss many from there. Couch. Kennedy, Linder did well. And Ablett's got a chance. Langford with him. Gee, it's a good kick by Ablett round his body. And Brownless takes it. It was a great kick by Ablett with power around his body.
But a great mark there by Billy Brownless in front. Strongly to the chest.
He's kicked 2 and he's kicked 3. Yes, a very exciting first half with Hawthorn and Geelong. Hawthorn trailing at quarter time 3-4 to 5-3, but back in front at half time 9-11 to 7-6 with a superb second term. Both Dunstall and Brereton getting into top gear. Well, the second half was all set up. It was going to be Geelong coming back hard at Hawthorn. Could the Hawks hold them off? We go back to the third quarter, no addition to the score. Hawthorn still leading by 17 points.
And McGuinness and Brownless having a bit of a How do you do behind play there as the ruckman get ready to contest the throw in? An opportunity now for Denham. Deep in that forward pocket, he spotted someone. The pass is good. Hamilton takes the mark. And good perception by Denham as he gets a tap on the head from Flanagan behind play. The opportunity now with Hamilton to kick the first goal of the third quarter. Cats trail by 17 points. Cats trail by 11 points. Hamilton kicks his first goal, and Geelong kick their eighth. The Cats are 8-6, 54. Hawthorn 9-11, 65.
Well, most of the scoring has been done down to the main scoreboard end, and good play there by Denham. He only played 6 games last season, controlled the ball well, and then spun on his right foot, not his natural kicking foot, to find Hamilton. And Hamilton from only about 25-30 metres out, kicking truly.
So great to see Hamilton back into that forward line. Oh, what a tap out by Flanagan. Malakalis takes the ball away and kicks it fairly direct towards full forward. Ablett jumps early, hovers in the air and takes the mark in front of Langford. And Langford's been reported. I don't believe it. Well, neither can Chris Langford. Look at him standing there.
I thought it was only a bit of pressure being applied there by Langford. He got there a little bit late. Ablett was hovering in the air, jumped early.
Well, this makes an absolute certainty of the goal. Ablett now kicking from right on the line, directly in front. And surely he will kick his third goal. He does so. So Gary Ablett has kicked 3 goals, 1 in that scoreline of Geelong, 9-6. Hawthorn lead by 5 points. They're 9-11.
Yes, well, Gary Ablett, he is a class player on that Geelong forward line. Let's have a look at that mark again. Well, if he doesn't get off that, I'll be amazed. He did throw the arms around a little bit, but, gee, there was hardly any contact made. There was no malice at all.
Well, an interesting statistic here is that 13 of the 18 goals have been scored at the scoreboard end. So 13 of the 18 goals have been scored down at the scoreboard end. And Geelong are kicking there in this term. So maybe there is a little bit out there, as Michael Roberts told us, with the breeze. But the Cats have started just as Malcolm Blight would have wanted them to. Baldwin with a high one. Collins in the front spot. Denham, busy little player. Stoneham. And a throw in. So, Bernie, I just wonder, with just 5 goals scored down at the other end from the scoreboard, away from the main scoreboard end, whether or not Geelong has this breeze advantage. You can see the flags are blowing in their favour.
Yes, it appears that way, Bruce. And Geelong, of course, getting the ball out of the middle with Flanagan again starting to dominate.
And he gets a kick away. Langford, bad bounce. Ablett should go. 1 bounce. Drop punt. It's 10-6 the Cats to 9-11 Hawthorn.
And poor Chris Langford there, no luck. Out in front, doing the right thing. Playing Gary Ablett from the front, and the fickle bounce there. There's a kick from Flanagan long into the forward line. And Langford out in front, just not favoured by the bounce. Gary Ablett couldn't believe his luck. A couple of bounces, 1 bounce, and runs into the open goal.
Well, the Cats are on fire here. Ablett's kicked 4, 2 of them in this term, and Geelong have come out and kicked 3 goals and put themselves in front. So Hawthorn have got to start all over again. What a great game it is. Last year they turned on 2 beauties, and this one is building just as well. Malakalis. And perhaps we're seeing, Ian Robertson, the start of great rivalry between these 2 clubs that might go well into the 90s.
Certainly terrific competition, Bruce, as Gary Cameron can't break away from the Hawthorn tackle. The tackle of both sides has been fierce right from the start. Anderson's kick towards centre half forward. It comes out the back. A little misunderstanding between 2 inexperienced players, Gary and Schultz. Allows Hawthorn in with a chance. Jenke is held. And the umpire, again, I must give credit to umpire Carey there, because he was in a perfect posse to make that decision. Only 6 metres away. and front on. Perhaps Gurry a little bit stiff. He was falling as he made the tackle, and his arms fell down around Ray Jenke's legs, but still the free kick is there. So Jenke will shoot for goal from about 35 metres out directly in front. Opportunity to put the Hawks back into the lead. Jenke's kick looks pretty good. Ray Jenke kicks his second goal. He kicked the first goal of the match. Hawthorn 10-11, Geelong 10-6.
And good teamwork there. Again, Russell Morris, who didn't, of course, play at all last year, getting the tap on. And there's Jenke in possession of the ball. He didn't actually grab it, though, and he played it well, kept it in front of him, and was able to get that free kick.
The Hawks by 5 points. Jenke has 2 goals. Dunstall's got 3 for Hawthorn. Ablett 4 for Geelong, and Brownless 3. Well, the match has been played at a cracking pace before a very large crowd, over 50,000. And both umpires, Sheehan and Carey, are doing a great job. Deer, Pritchard, check side kick to get some ground. Jenke, Morris ducks his head. Morris, he just kicks it off the ground a couple of metres. Trying to barge it out, Hamilton. Umpires letting it go. Baldwin, Whitman, still no one can get rid of it. Morrissey, Gurry, Anderson's tackle was good. Bailey, who came from the internal draft, off the ground. Lawrence is back on the field and barges his way through to Anderson. Anderson off one leg to Morris. Now Morris can move it to Morrissey in the pocket. Decides to go to Dunstall, one out. And chipping in Deer, and he'll kick a goal. So Hawthorn reply 11-11 to 10-6.
McEwen's Big League bargains are hotting up. High prices have taken a crunch. Save $40 on Sigweld's safe and easy-to-use Metalcraft welder, a crazy $139. Save $20 on Sigweld's Fan-Cool Compact 2 welder, a low $179. Easy-to-start 140-amp Transarc welders, only $249, save $50. Save $46 on a 140-amp electronically controlled Easy Welder, only $279. Don't fight over it. You're a winner every week with McEwen's Big League bargains store-wide.
Some words of encouragement for small business.
Our staff were taught very quickly. No, their service team were fantastic, really good. It's a great value for money.
Telecom does have the expertise to support us properly. That's why we chose them.
Telecom are really helpful. They helped us choose the right system for our business. The Commander systems never let us down.
The right choice is vital in business, so why take a risk with anything but a Telecom Commander system? Call Telecom for all you need to know, because there is only one Commander.
The tourist industry is getting back on its feet, so they're bending over backwards to make sure you have a good time. If you're ready to take off, so are the airlines. Holiday spots are resorting to special deals. The waiters are waiting. Thanks, Julie. So why are you waiting? Call the Good Time Aussie Holiday line for some of the best holiday value ever.
You've never seen a better time for a good time Aussie holiday.
Have a good time.
There's never been a better time for a holiday in Adelaide. For the best of wines, for a night on the town, or maybe an island retreat. To find out more, contact the South Australian Travel Centre and pick up a copy of our brochure.
Have a good time Aussie holiday.
Because Holden dealers are giving great bonus deals, there's never been a better time to get into a Holden Nova.
Gotta get a Nova bonus.
With a sporty 1.6 litre twin-cam engine.
Gotta get a Nova bonus.
Slick styling and heaps of features.
Gotta get a Nova bonus.
So take advantage of great deals on Novas at your Holden dealer now.
Gotta get a Holden Nova. It's the car you love. Cha-cha-cha.
Just outside 50 metres, the boundary throw in. Schultz, the ball comes to Condon, off to Pritchard. Look at the pace. Scintillating stuff by Pritchard, but he misses to the right. Golly, he's quick, Bernie, over the first 10 or 12, isn't he?
Very quick, and those two players combining very well.
Hawk fans have had some anxious moments so far in this match, but at this stage their side has a 12-point advantage. The kick in by Darcy is marked by Gary Hocking. He decides to play on, forced to kick with the left foot wide towards the wing. Bailey, one out. The kick now up towards half forward for Hawthorn. Punch away finishes with Anderson. He's well tackled from behind by Schultz. The ball forced over the boundary line. And some pretty good defensive work there by both sides. Firstly, on the half-forward area by Hawthorn, then in the back line, full back line by Schultz. Another boundary throw in. Deer, ball at the back, Brereton. Left foot snap by Brereton. It looks okay. It's a goal. Dermot Brereton kicks his second, and Hawthorn hold a 3-goal advantage.
Yes, and that had class written all over it. Dermot Brereton taking that ball from the ruck. Here's a tap out from Paul Deer, who's worked well on that forward line since he's been moved down there out of the centre square contest, and a perfect tap out. Dermot Brereton running past, kicking the goal on his left foot.
Well, there have been 6 goals in a hurry in this second half. 3 by Geelong and then 3 by Hawthorn. And it's no coincidence that Stephen Lawrence has been on the ground while the Hawks have been on top in that second and third terms. And that was fantastic footy by the young man. Morrissey taps it on to Deer. Will he kick another one? Left foot behind. Or did Dunstall take it? No, it's a point. A good attempt. Well, Bernie Lawrence is really inspiring in the centre square.
Yes, he's certainly lifted him, hasn't he, since when he came on in that second quarter, and again now at the start of this third quarter. And Geelong just seemed to have the run on when Paul Deer was taking the ruck.
Peter Baldwin, after a short one from Darcy. This is his 12th kick. Straight down the centre. Stoneham at the back. But in front it's Lawrence again. Handball to tuck. Left foot. Anderson. Comfortably. Has Morris in the pocket. Has Jenke short. Brereton on a lead. Goes towards Dunstall. It won't get that far. Morris almost. Handball out. Whitman tucked away in the pocket. Left foot. Oh, Brereton almost a beauty. Cameron. Flanagan. Free kick against Brereton, and it's up the ground to Flanagan. It's tight in the trenches, and Flanagan goes to Stoneham, and Barry makes it. So the Cats start to mount something.
Stoneham's on centre wing, right on the AFL logo, and kicks it towards centre half forward. There's no one home for Geelong. The bounce is ordinary for Morrissey, but great play by Kennedy to get it ball back to James Morrissey. The kick in towards the centre half forward position. Whitman dives on it. He can't break clear. Bailey there for Geelong. Now the ball comes out the back, tunnel ball style. Tapped to his own advantage by Jenke. Goes on with it, kicks it into the pocket. Nearly the mark to Deer. He does pretty well. He'll get the hand pass to Dunstall. The bounce favours that player, and he kicks an easy goal for Hawthorn. 4 goals to Jason Dunstall, and the Hawks now running riot. They lead by 25 points, 91 plays 66.
Who can you bank on when you get your first pay? How do you make it last for more than one day? Who can you bank on with a place of your own? It's not just the rent, it's the lights and the phone. Who can you bank on? Who can you bank on? Who can you trust? Who can you trust? You can bank on Westpac. Westpac, you can bank on us.
Prepare final approach. BP is on the move. Right now, all over the world, we're redesigning our 20,000 service stations to make them every bit as advanced as the products we sell.
we think you'll appreciate the changes sooner or later. BP, on the move.
Some words of encouragement for small business.
Our staff were taught very quickly. No, their service team were fantastic, really good. It's a great value for money.
Telecom does have the expertise to support us properly. That's why we chose them.
Telecom were really helpful. They helped us choose the right system for our business. The Commander systems never let us down.
The right choice is vital in business, so why take a risk with anything but a Telecom Commander system? Call Telecom for all you need to know, because there is only one Commander.
Can everyone see this? I know the type's a little small, but it's really the best we could do.
If your word processing looks like word processing and your graphics aren't too graphic, you need a Canon laser printer to make the printed page look better for as little as $3,000.
I trust everyone can see this.
Canon laser printers for presentations that will wake the dead.
If I get into China, if I get to do it, I will wear your number 31 on the Great Wall of China. And I did. For about 12 seconds. I took my shirt off, put the jacket on, gazed out over Siberia, took the Guernsey off, put my shirt back on, and that was it. So that was why Darren Hinch was wearing Ron Barassi's football jersey on the Great Wall of China.
And this man, Stephen Lawrence, has really given the Hawks something in this third quarter as he did in the second. Dermot Brereton was spoken to by the umpire after that goal by Jason Dunstall. There wasn't a report, just a little chat. Cameron, it didn't go very far. Jenke, who's been busy in this second half. Bailey. Collins, free kick to Denham. Geelong have got to move it. Now, Hamilton's there. Collins has held it up. They had a couple of loose players. Ablett at centre half forward. And that's where Denham's going to go. Well, they look for him all the time. And Ablett's going to have a shot for goal. Not going to muck around. Drop punt. Rushed it a bit. Saw an open goal square. And missed it. So it's 13-13 to 10-7. But every time they go forward, they look for Gary Ablett, and he rarely lets them down.
Kick in by Kennedy. Morrissey's on his own, and Morrissey takes the mark at half-back. Again, a little chip pass, and it's effective because Ayres is on the end of it. He's still at half-back. Again, a short pass. Jenke. Oh, the hand pass has been intercepted by Flanagan. Jenke gets back in a hurry. Ayres, a little pass wide, and Condon takes the mark on centre wing. Morrissey calling for the hand pass, but Condon goes long towards centre half forward. Geelong should have taken the mark through Schultz. He wasn't aware that he was on his own, and he just punches it in front of himself straight over the boundary line. No talking there, Geelong. Perhaps a little rattled because the Hawks have been relentless. Bruce has already mentioned that the Cats kicked the first 3 goals in the third quarter, but Hawthorn have come back. Oh, this time it's a terrific mark taken by Schultz, and he really backed himself in front of the pack, taking it in front of Morris. He plays on quickly, kicks it high, back towards centre half forward. Big punch by the Hawthorn defence. Condon has held it, he didn't have it. Made it look even more obvious than it was, and Condon takes the free kick. The short pass is on, it goes wide, and Lawrence has taken the mark. Jenke's making position. Lawrence elects to go over that player's head and kick it to the regular centre half forward position. Punch away by Pritchard. Gary Cameron's on the end of it. Clever little kick off the ground by Pritchard to Morris. Morris's clever little kick is equally as effective, and the mark is taken by Brereton 40 metres from goal. There's no one home, and maybe this is the difference. Brereton steadying down, and will have a definite shot for goal up the other end just a few moments ago. Gary Ablett hurrying, missed to the left. Dermot Brereton. He's kicked 2. He's kicked 3. Hawthorn have all the answers. 10-7 plays 14-13, and the Hawks lead by 5 goals.
Well, they've come with a rush, haven't they, over this second part of this third quarter, but tremendous play. They've teamed magnificently, Hawthorn. They do things so well under pressure, and it gives the forwards so many opportunities. They've got class forwards who can kick goals, and Dermot Brereton kicks his third.
Well, suddenly the margin's 5 goals. And the Hawks are charging away. Condon, 17 kicks he's had. Handball by Whitman. Anderson. Malakalis. Just a high one. And Hawthorn again. Morrissey. Condon to centre half forward. Deere on a long lead. Gets rid of Bailey. Cameron. Now he should go short to Flanagan, but not a good kick, just a high one, but Stoneham's there. Makes it. Flanagan. Left foot. Ablett. Oh, what a player. Langford's got to be the toughest man in the league to beat like that. And Ablett stood his ground, as only he can.
I think Langford's mesmerised by that report earlier, Bruce himself. He's done a couple of things that was very uncharacteristic of Chris Langford, and I'm sure that he's just nonplussed about the report earlier in this quarter.
The kick 4, will it be 5? Yes. 5 goals to the Magician, and the Cats are back within 4. 11-7 to 14-13.
Well, he never ceases to amaze me, Gary Ablett. That was a class mark against a tough opponent, an opponent who is much taller than himself. And a beautiful kick from about 45 metres out, but Gary Ablett with 5 goals, 3 in this quarter, 2 in the first quarter. He's a tremendous player, and I think Chris Langford would be wondering what to do next.
So the ruck contest, Stoneham's in there against Lawrence, and the free kick is given to Lawrence. He gets the hand pass away, not messing around, off to John Kennedy. Pass effective. Pritchard looking to play on, not given that opportunity by Gary Cameron. Now is forced to kick it high into the forward line. Dunstall, strength, agility, what do you call it, Bernie? Just complete, full forward.
Class, I think, isn't
magnificent.
it, yeah, class. He just held Tim Darcy off again and just lunged at the right moment again. There he is, holding him off. 2 players fighting together, and just his upper body strength's amazing.
Jason Dunstall has kicked 4 goals. Drop punt kick, just floating away to the right. So that brings his tally to 4 goals, 2. And I think there's some interesting statistics on the scoreboard at the moment, that Hawthorn have had 28 scoring shots to 18. They lead by 3 goals, 7.
Lindner back on for the Cats as Yates goes to centre half back. Stoneham. Quick kick away by Denham to the open spaces. Collins leads Hocking. Hocking and Collins. And it's going to be a ball up.
Gee, you'd love to be in there close with a video camera, wouldn't you? Or what do they call it, an in-house camera or whatever?
Well, race cam and...
Yeah, player cam, Bruce,
player
call
cam.
it, would we?
Gary Hocking and...
It'd be interesting, I would think.
At all times. And certainly the Hawthorn supporters let him know thereabout. Quick kick by Condon. He's had more kicks than anybody else on the park today. 3 Cats over the top of it. Yates. Morris. Anderson will miss Jenky's body. Still Anderson looks for a free kick. Off the ground. Bailey and Tuck. Still Bailey and Tuck. Good decision by the umpire. Whitman with a high ball. It's Dunstall getting underneath it. Oh, great mark, Darcy. It was a floater. It was always going to be tough.
Tremendous judgment there by Tim Darcy.
Well, what a game it's been. I know Hawthorn have got the break, but it's been footy at its best. 14-14 to 11-7. Ayres. Schultz misread it. Kennedy, who's been very good. That's not so good. Brereton in the front spot. Morrissey. Anderson. Left foot. Misses. 14-15 to 11-7. And Hawthorn really, Ian, could have wrapped this up in the last couple of minutes. They could have been 6 or 7 in front.
Yes, they've been peppering away, and I think that was an example there. Dean Anderson perhaps looking a little excited as he got in the clear a little too easily. Darcy's kick straight up the ground, but Ayres nudges his opponent Exel out pretty easily. Ayres goes on with it now, backing himself onto the left foot, kicks it towards full forward. Look, Dunstall fly. Morrissey collects the crumbs, snapshot, he likes it. Does the goal on play? Yes, he does. And that's why they call him the freak at Glenferrie Oval. James Morrissey, what a goal. His second, and Hawthorn go marching on. 15-15, plays 11-7.
The siren sounded on McEwen's Big League Bargains, bringing you a big season of savings. Save a big 20% on these treated pine pickets from only $1.40 each. 20% off treated pine decking, dried after treatment, a low $1.10 per metre. And pine VJ linings are just $1.45 per metre, save 20%. McEwen's Home Centres stock one of the largest ranges of do-it-yourself pine timber in Australia at competitive prices. So, race into McEwen's today. You're on a winner with Big League Bargains store-wide.
It's the early morning shift. The needle needs a lift. Cruising late at night till the early morning light. The difference is shells there. You're breezing through and wanna brew. Head up with your bassoon and you need a tune. What's the difference? The difference is shells there. For the catch of the day. What's the difference? The difference is shells there. Make a getaway to your hideaway. Coast to the sand and you wanna hear a band. The difference is shells there. The difference is shells there.
Yeah, Tuesday, 50,000 service. Can we have it by 8? Price, hang on, I'll tell you exactly. If we find a problem, we'll give you a ring.
That muffler.
Customer says you can put it on. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, well, you know those backyard boys. Yeah, but we guarantee. Yep, that's the jackaroo. Oh, we guarantee you'll love it. Not a problem. See you Tuesday.
His reputation is dirt.
I don't see much point in hanging around. Yeah, oh, well, I miss you. We all will.
Summer Bay is going to lose a great teacher on a trumped-up charge.
Flamin' Vicky shouldn't be allowed to get away with it, you know.
If she doesn't come clean, Grant is gone.
I only wish there was something I could do to help you, Vicky.
He's the one who needs help. Monday on 7.
Here are tonight's Tats 2 results, just drawn under government supervision.
$30 shots to 18, and Hawthorn 15-15 to 11-7, the biggest margin of the game. Stephen Hocking's been quiet. Lindner, Ayres, outnumbered with McGuinness, and Gary Ayres, who's played a typical game with 7 kicks and 5 handballs, to Anderson, who's growing in confidence as the game goes on. Hawks running everywhere here. Brereton, free kick. And don't the Hawthorn fans love it?
The class on the Hawthorn forward line really showing out now, Bruce.
Yes, Brereton and Dunstall have been excellent in the second and third quarters. Morris on the lead. Takes off early. Schultz against him. Deer. Condon. Quick hands. Morris. Morrissey. Can he do it again? No. Not a bad attempt. So James Morrissey with 2-1 as Hawthorn go marching on 15-16 to 11-7.
Haven't they got some class on-ball players though, Geelong? Morrissey, Condon, Anderson, Pritchard. They feed the forwards all day long and they're fantastic players, great deliverers of the ball.
Darcy to centre half back. Stoneham, Hamilton. Brereton with Stoneham. Hocking. Advantage played, but it goes against Geelong. Brereton and Stoneham behind player into it. Quick kick by Yates. Wide. I think it's all okay between Dermott and Stoneham. Lindner, free kick to Hawthorn. So it's all happening here, and it's going Hawthorn's way to Manigan.
Interesting to see George Stone jump in between George Stone as the Hawthorn runner, jump in between Stoneham and Brereton just to keep the head a little cool. McGuinness goes on with play, shrugged the tackle from Brownless, kicks the ball towards centre half forward. This could be some rebound stuff for Geelong. Bailey has the ball, coming up towards the centre, hand pass over the top. Back goes Hamilton onto the right foot, kicks it to within 50 metres, no mark taken. Ball comes over the back, doesn't sit for Exel. Ayres is backed up brilliantly by Collins, and that little desperado gets the Hawks out of trouble. He kicks it wide towards half-back, and experienced by John Kennedy, he was never ever going to take possession of that ball, just tapping it to his own advantage, and unfortunately Malakalis did the tackle. Kennedy has the free kick.
Yeah, it's good play by Kennedy, the experience showing through there. Malakalis was committed to tackle.
Kennedy's kick towards half forward. There's a one-hander. Morris. Great to see him coming into his own. A long time out of the game. The kick to Jenke. On to McGuinness. The Hawks are running from everywhere. And the mark. Acrobatic stuff by Dunstall. The applause for the diving mark just inside 50 metres.
Yeah, it's perfect play. Again, a beautiful lead up by Hawthorn.
Dunstall, 4 goals 2. This is close. 5 goals 2 to Jason Dunstall.
Today's match is part of the CUB AFL 1990 Premiership season.
And the Hawks went marching on in that third quarter to 18-18 to 11-7, and Jason Dunstall in brilliant form with 5 goals, and they'd really set themselves up for the final term. Well, it was all Hawthorn in that third quarter, but the last quarter was a complete rout. It was Hawthorn all the way. Dunstall was in absolutely magnificent form. Let's have a look how he continued to charge away from Geelong.
Dixon looking to play on fairly quickly towards centre half forward. A great mark taken by Deere. Hand pass off to Whitman. One out, Dunstall and Darcy. Dunstall, goal number 8. Round onto the right foot, goal number 8. Leaves it. I don't know whether that was a plot. It certainly came out all right. Pritchard got it across to Tuck. It's at half forward. Deere may even kick a goal here. It might bounce through. It has, or, well, I'd give it to Dunstall.
Brereton, who's just got better and better. And what about this practice match for them, Bernie? They didn't win one, did they, Hawthorn?
No, they're looking very ordinary, but Geelong weren't much better either, Bruce. So it just shows. After another great mark there taken by Dunstall.
He's taken 12 marks and kicked 10 goals. Drop punt, great kick. Mighty kick, another one. Kennedy, Condon, 27th kick. Chips it to the goal square. Dunstall, yes. Well, what a start to 1990 for Jason Dunstall. Drop punt, goal. A procession for Dunstall in the last quarter. He kicked 7 goals in that final term. Hawthorn kicking 10-6 to Geelong, 4 points. Absolutely burying the Cats today. Hawthorn 28-24, Geelong 11-11. Dunstall with 12. 5 goals also to Brereton. For Geelong, 5 goals to Ablett and 3 goals to Brownless. A couple of reports. Shane Hamilton reported in the second quarter for allegedly striking Dean Anderson. Hamilton, of course, from Geelong. And Chris Langford was reported twice. Once in the first quarter for allegedly striking Gary Cameron, and then in the third term for allegedly striking Gary Ablett. So not good news there for Chris Langford. But a mighty performance by Hawthorn. They're hot favourites to win the flag in 1990. We've had 1 game. Carrara tonight. Gold Coast. It's Brisbane against Richmond. You can see that live on 7. Let's cross up there now and say a very warm evening to Sandy Roberts. Sandy, Brisbane's weather's been a bit patchy. What's it been like on the Gold Coast?
Yes, you're quite right, Bruce. Good evening. It has been patchy in Brisbane, but down here at the moment it is very pleasant indeed. There's a slight breeze blowing across the ground, but really ideal conditions for footy tonight. I've got some reasonably bad news for Tiger fans. Their reserves are playing up here at the moment, and the Bears reserves team doing it extremely well. 15-17 to the Tigers 7-6, and it's a pretty expensive Bears forward line they've got, because up there is Steve Reynoldson, Brad Hardy and a gentleman by the name of Warwick Capper. Capper has booted 3 to date and Brad Hardy has kicked 1, but pretty costly forward line, Bruce.
It sure is, Sandy. What about Bradley Rowe? There's been a lot spoken about him, the crack rover from Perth. Do you think he'll give some bite to Brisbane tonight?
Well, that's what they wanted last year. And Norm Dare was very anxious to add a bit more pace around the packs, and they think they have it in this young boy. He's probably received more publicity than any other import for the past couple of seasons. So a little bit of pressure on Bradley Rowe, but they've got a couple of others too. Sean Hart will be playing tonight, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they perform. Also for the Tigers, with David Cloak back at the old club to lend support to the General Mark Lee. It should be a very good game.
Well, let me put the pressure on you. Brisbane or Richmond?
Brisbane Bears in a close one.
Looking forward to it, Sandy.
Thanks, Bruce.
Right after AFL Today, that live game from Carrara, Brisbane against Richmond with Sandy Roberts. Well, the other replay game tonight was Carlton against Sydney at Princes Park. More than 23,000 people out there. In the night series, they staged a wonderful match with Carlton just defeating Sydney. Sydney's pre-season form had been excellent. Carlton's have been pretty good. We were due for an excellent game. Commentators Peter Landy, Dennis Cometti. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first three quarters.
They take that option. Rhys Jones in front, knocked away by Bays. Blackwell, Johnston from Higgins. Carlton into attack again. Carter, Dorotich. Beautiful tap out for space. Herman shoots. First goal of the day to the Blues. Kick in by Henwood. Out wide. Oh, beautiful mark to Kernahan.
That was a great mark. And the Swans did it right too, because they had 2-on-1. It was a good kick, but Kernahan simply was too good. Dorotich. Oh, what a great mark. Back to back. Firstly, Kernahan. Centering kick from him, and Dorotich soaring to take a great mark. Turned it all around, and now Dorotich, who's looking dangerous, steers it through. This is Bays. Bays from outside 50, long down towards Fell, and Fell takes the mark. Well, he's been one of the sensations of the pre-season. He's kicked a lot of goals in practice matches for the Swans. Here's Fell, 20 metres out. Gets the goal. So his career is underway.
Mark missed by Tunbridge, should have taken it. Verbeek leaves it for Rhys Jones. Carlton on the burst. Kernahan from Gleeson, centering kick into the square. Where's Dorotich? It bounces through for a goal.
To Blackwell to Rhys Jones. Crowd love that. Away he comes towards half forward. Mark is taken by Bradley, in trouble, but got the hand pass away. Garui's a good kick from 50 metres out. Oh, it's a beauty.
Williams tries to get around Blackwell, does so. Tui, haven't seen much of him. Back to Williams. Fell, good lead, fine mark, and he's inside 50. He kicked one goal in the first quarter and looks to be a reasonable sort of a prospect at full forward. Shane Fell directly in front to Sydney's third goal, and they need them, and judging by the silence, it looks like a public library behind the goal. It's 4 points. Parsons up. Tried to find Healy, who's been well blanketed so far, and I think Alvin kicked that. His opponent down to Gleeson. Gleeson inside 50, straightens, and goals. Great play from the Blues. Gleeson's first. On that occasion, who was Kelly. Kernahan has it knocked away. Johnston, brilliant on the bottom of the pack. The hand pass intended for Gleeson. Some soccer work, and he's got it!
He's played a brilliant game. Long towards half forward. Down comes Healy. Couldn't hang on. Alvin breaks away. Plenty of runners again. Rhys Jones. Men outside him. He elects to go across to Hannah. Hannah swings it down towards left half forward. Unkind bounce for Dorotich, but he gets it back off Gleeson. And now Dorotich from 35 metres out gets the 10th goal for Carlton. Or is it the 11th? Murphy goes long. It's a vacant goal square. West leading back in the race. Can he mark it? Yes, he can. A finger tipper going back with the flight of the ball. Should get this one, and does.
Mitchell. Sydney will be looking for more from him. Bays, oh, what a mark. Is it not paid? Tui scoops it to Williams, best on the ground, shoots and goals. Not a long kick. It should be okay. It's not. Murphy from Mitchell. Snapshot at goal. Hannah, 1-on-2 in favour of Sydney. Edgar gets the hand pass away. Oh, bad mistake. Here we go. Goodness me.
So all of a sudden, Sydney back in business. Look at that score at half-time. Carlton 10-9 to Sydney 3-6. In the third quarter, Sydney back to 9-9 to 12-15. That was the score at three-quarter time. We go back to the match in the final term. 21 minutes remaining. No alteration to the score.
So it will be Bassett. Bradley. DeRuy in front of Williams. This is Blackwell right on centre wing, or just short of it, over the head of Wright. Kernahan the target. Henwood's done well on him since half-time. Bayes' kick is high. Oh, that's a courageous mark. Healy certainly lifted his game. He needed to. Higgins. Tunbridge I would have paid. Not so the umpire. Bradley, excellent hand pass to David Kernahan on the run at right centre wing. Looks for and finds Simon Verbeek. Short pass to Kernahan. Will win him the plaudits of the skipper. Centering kick. Alvin. Excellent forward work by the home side as Alvin lines up for his second goal. He's kicked 1-2 so far. And from a defender, you'd have to say that's a pretty fair effort along the way, especially before half-time, cutting Healy right out of the game.
Well, football's a very instinctive game. Many players for Sydney, the half kick off the ball, thought Tunbridge was going to take the mark. They were on the move. They were caught on the rebound.
Alvin could make the game safe here, one would suggest, with the goal. I would say he has done just that. Alvin's second goal, and Carlton put a nail in the coffin. 13-15, 93 to 9-9, 63 at Princes Park.
Tommy Alvin checked Healy very well in the first half. Has found it far more difficult in the second half, but still has been a valuable player for his side, bobbing up as we saw there, and kicking a very handy goal. Full credit to Healy, though. He's come storming back into this game. This is Wright out of the centre, a high kick down towards half forward. The Swans need some goals now. Reaching over the top, Bayes robbed of the ball though. Darui gets it back towards centre wing. Tunbridge wasn't a mark, gets it across to Bolton. Bolton to Wright. Or is it Higgins? It's Higgins who's got the ball. Breaks through the centre. Not a good kick, but it's lucky. Bayes has taken the mark. So Bayes about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Higgins was going for distance. Tried to kick the bladder out of it. It spilled across to be marked by Bayes, who's played a wonderful second half.
Yes, after he was moved away from Kernahan.
A lot of hopes resting on this kick, and he's missed to the near side. Just jabbed at that one. So, Sydney and Bayes rue their misfortune. 9-10 the Swans. Carlton 13-15. Will Hannah to put it in. He elects to go straight down the middle. Interesting looking kick. Tunbridge takes a very good mark, something he's been unable to do for the best part of the day. Got his hands to quite a lot, but has spilt them. Goes looking for Tui, and Tui has marked within scoring range. Or is it West? It's West. Both of them on the lead in that direction, but West, who's made himself available on the forward line several times since half-time, looks better coming out of the pocket. Kicks from 50 metres out. They contest about 5 metres out. Mitchell, was he carried forward in the tackle? Yes, says the umpire.
No doubt about that whatsoever. After that long kick from West, but you would suggest Barry Mitchell on an impossible angle. There wouldn't be too much daylight between the post, and that's an angle that is a lot tighter from where he's standing. You can see him looking left to see if there are any options. He's on the wrong side for a right footer. Have to wait on the goal umpire for that one. It's a goal! Miraculous kick by Barry Mitchell, and certainly one the Swans could well do with.
McEwen's Big League bargains are hotting up. High prices have taken a crunch. Save $40 on Sigweld's safe and easy-to-use Metalcraft welder, a crazy $139. Save $20 on Sigweld's Fan Cool Compact 2 welder, a low $179. Easy to start 140-amp Transarc welders, only $249. Save $50. Save $46 on a 140-amp electronically controlled Easy welder, only $279. Don't fight over it. You're a winner every week with McEwen's Big League bargains store-wide.
What has an enormous screen, a digitally enhanced picture with natural color, and a surround sound system featuring 6 powerful speakers. It's the Philips Super Screen with teletext. It makes watching TV a giant experience.
Just as there are differences in the quality of suits, there are also differences in the quality of insurance policies. MMI Insurance. When you appreciate quality, you'll appreciate the difference.
Never before did a road tyre owe so much to a race tyre. Directional Ducano from Goodyear.
This week's Picks is one of a kind. Patsy Kensit in bed with Mel Gibson. Rob Lowe, he likes to watch real dirty dancing and photos and features just for fun. Picks, it's one of a kind.
Sorry. It's a bit wet over there. Bit wet over here too. Let me get some drinks.
No, let me. Waiter, drinks all around.
Well, if we're going to make a party of it, let's nibble Nobby's nuts.
Sorry.
Beyond 2000 presents Smart TV.
How would you like to own your very own television station?
One that is surprisingly cheap.
Only hundreds more than a conventional VCR.
See the latest advances in birth control. Are women on the brink of another revolution?
For women at least, the options are increasing.
And see the latest inventions that are saving money, saving lives.
For a system that's about to send organised crime back to the drawing boards.
In Beyond 2000, 8:30 Tuesday on 7.
Barry Mitchell's first goal. It's 23 points the difference once again at the Park. Neither ruckman able to get it away from the centre. Tunbridge trying to pick it up. And the umpire will bounce it once again right on the circle. Madden this time, but again he can't get it away effectively. Williams has been a little bit quieter in this quarter. Pretty hard to keep that standard up all day. That too, he gets the free kick. Not one of his best games for his club since transferring from Geelong. He's been well held today. And towards half forward for Sydney. Fell going at it. Oh, how's your head? Silvani. No, it's not Silvani. That was Bassett getting the hand pass out to Tommy Alvin. Alvin down towards Verbeek, and Verbeek takes the mark on the practice wicket area.
Remarkably, that player David Kernahan seems to be okay.
It's remarkable is the right word. A 50-metre penalty, Dennis. In the meantime, at the other end to Simon Verbeek. Let's watch that again.
He was lucky it was just above the boot. It was more the instep.
Depressed fractures of cheekbones occur in such manner. Verbeek right on 50. He's got height. He's got accuracy. He's got the distance, and he's got a goal. Just what Carlton wanted from a 50-metre penalty. Simon Verbeek. His first goal, and once again the difference is 29 points.
Hasn't had the best of days, Simon Verbeek, either. He's picked up 11 kicks, 1 hand pass. Silvani comes off. McKenzie comes on, so they get a key defender and a clean swap. But this will be interesting if Bayes can break the shackles now. Mind you, time is running out for the Swans as play restarts. There's the time remaining. Still plenty of time, but they need the next couple of goals. They can't go goal for goal here. Williams, who's been a star, gets the hand pass out wide. Murphy, held by Bradley throughout. Could have almost got a free kick. It wasn't forthcoming. Down towards the pocket goes the kick meantime. This is Bassett. He's done well in defence. Dragged off the kick. It scrambles back towards the half-forward line of the Swans. Across it comes to Williams now. Williams goes goalward. It slides through the hands of Middlehanner. And a minor score to the Swans. 10-11. 14-15. Silvani in the dugout. Kick to the outer side. Standing his ground brilliantly, courageously. Alvin gets the hand pass away to Blackwell. On it comes to Bradley. Bradley forward of centre wing. A sweeping hand pass over the top. Verbeek's got it. 50 metres out. Long kick. Reece Jones is down there with Cordy. And the ball eludes the pair of them and goes out of bounds in the left full forward pocket. Make or break time now for the Sydney Swans. Carlton, who skipped away to lead by 45 points at half-time, have weathered every storm and every challenge so far. Boundary throw in then. Williams again, trying to lift his teammates. Bolton comes away from half-back, kicks towards the centre, clears Alvin and Healy. Madden's got it behind the pack. DeRuy pumps it back into the forward line. Tunbridge is there, knocked away by Reece Jones. Carter. Higgins has got it. Out towards half-back Higgins. It bounces just inside the boundary line and skids out of play in front of Tui.
Sydney certainly missing the services of Dennis Carroll today. He would have had a steadying influence on the defence. 28 points the difference into the final quarter. Job still ahead of Sydney. Williams. O'Sullivan just on the ground. Bolton. Oh, good tackle by Terry Thripp. That was on Brown. Bradley also caught. Desperation shown by Sydney now as Henwood picks out Murphy. Mitchell it is rather. Picked him out. Probably wasn't a good choice of words. He found him. Let's put it that way. Healy. Tui. Definitive sidestep. And that's a lovely lead and mark by Fell.
If there's some system in the build-up, then Fell's a very good full forward. If he can see what's coming down the ground, if there's some semblance of system there,
yeah,
he does offer a good lead, doesn't he?
He does. He hasn't had the ball delivered to him as he would have liked today, but full credit to the Carlton defence. He's got the distance with the kick, and the goal umpire says full points. So 4 goals to Shane Fell. What a useful performance. Scoreboard 14-15, 99, Sydney 11-11, 77.
I think it's safe to say they've got a very good player here, the Sydney Swans. Shane Fell, recruited from North Hobart. Good shepherd by Potter, buying some time for Tui. Just the chance for Tui then to look down the ground, survey what was happening, and found that man, Shane Fell, storming up into a clear space at centre half forward. So the Swans not done with yet. 22 points the margin. The nearest they've been all day was 20 early in the third term. Alvin shadowing Healy. They both fall to the ground and will have a ball up.
Dennis, you can't give starts of 28 points like they did in the first quarter when it was 6-5 to 2-1 at quarter time.
Not ideal. There's the bounce. Madden fisting it down. Williams, what a game he's played. Hand passing towards half forward. Right surrounded, pushed in the back surely, and he'll get the free kick. He's got plenty of them in this term. And the umpire insisting the ball come back.
Luckily for Sydney.
So Wright just forward of centre. 14-15 to 11-11. Another goal here will make it very interesting. Still plenty of time, just over 12 minutes remaining. Steve Wright weighing up the options, one of whom is Fell. Over the top, Bassett standing his ground in front. Tui deep in the pocket. Bernard Tui pulls it back across his body. Potter is there, reaching over the top of DeRuy. Fell, quick opportunity, couldn't make the most of it. In the opposite pocket, Bays pulls it back, a centering kick. Who'll take the mark? Nobody. Knocked away from West. Healy was held without it surely, and he'll get the free kick. Well, has the advantage been played? Mitchell's popped it through, I think, for a goal. All clear is given. So Sydney are coming back at the Blues.
Mitchell's second goal. 14-15, 99 to 12-11, 83.
Who can you bank on when your paydays are through? 'Cause your salary stops, but the bills never do. Who can you bank on when the kids are all gone? Who'll help you enjoy the time of your own? Who can you bank on? Who can you bank on? Who can you trust? You can bank on Westpac. You can bank on us.
The siren sounded on McEwen's Big League Bargains, bringing you a big season of savings. Save a big 20% on these treated pine pickets from only $1.40 each. 20% off treated pine decking, dried after treatment, a low $1.10 per metre. And pine VJ linings are just $1.45 per metre, save 20%. McEwen's Home Centres stock one of the largest ranges of do-it-yourself pine timber in Australia at competitive prices. So, race into McEwen's today. You're on a winner with Big League Bargains store-wide.
I'll swap you Bruce Dougal for Flower.
How about Waitman for Dacos?
12 of the decade's greatest players have been given a medal, and you can have the first one free. Just ask for your free medal when you buy your copy of this week's Sunday Sun.
Get me Gary.
Sunday Sun?
Don't miss this week's Sunday Sun for your first Legends of the Decade medal, free.
Painting a vase of flowers isn't all that difficult, but some do it considerably better than others. It's the same with insurance companies. MMI Insurance. When you appreciate quality, you'll appreciate the difference.
Seen Pete's new wheels?
No. What is it?
It's big.
A big what?
Big 5-seater. Sue loves it.
So he didn't get his truck, eh?
Yeah.
So... what? He got both?
Holden Rodeo Crew Cab from $18,905.
Sunday night.
I know something weird is going on with you people.
Madison's quest to save Salty gets everyone in hot water.
You meet the nicest people in prison.
The conclusion to Splash 2 on the magical world of Disney. Sunday on 7.
Two goals to Barry Mitchell. One sort of feels that the Swans run is just a little bit late. Who's going to get it out of the centre? Ball paddled Carlton's way. O'Sullivan gets grabbed by two of them. That's holding the ball. I think that's the first holding the ball decision we've seen today.
You've got to make an attempt, and that was the ruling by the umpire. No good O'Sullivan just putting his hands out to his side, saying it's being held to me. You've got to make an attempt.
Stevie Wright, short of centre field. He's gone down towards right half forward. The target was Bays, Milhanna, Williams. Not too many options open for him there. He gets it back from Bernard Toohey, shepherded by Tunbridge. Down towards full forward again. Fell was the leaper, and he did. Alvin putting the body in well for the smother. And he's closed that gap very smartly and comes up with the ball.
Alvin a bit stiff there. Could have been taken high.
Great game he's played, Dennis.
Yep.
Tunbridge the leaper. Blackwell to Bradley. And they've combined a couple of times today. Bradley's high kick down towards half forward. Kernahan's been taken out by Henwood in the second half. He's done a good job. Eustace from Thrip. And again, Sydney out of bounds on the floor. And I've lost count how many times their players have done that today.
About 10, I think. Going on your early account. Now Bradley's got it. He's drifted out of the game. Bradley coming up to his 23rd possession, indicating he wants to kick it long. 14-15, 12-11. Carlton continue to lead. Kicking towards half forward. Nobody touched it. Henwood leads back in the race. Pursued by Kernahan. Gets the hand pass away. This is Eustace. Left half back. Mark Eustace kicks towards centre wing. Back to Bradley. Bradley plays on quickly to Hannah, up from half-back. Not a good kick. Awkward half volley for Gleeson. Crashing through. The Swans have the run of it now. This is White. He's been inspired in this term. White goes long down towards half-forward. Mitchell, what can he do? Surrounded by some pretty tall timber. Madden got it down to Blackwell. Back comes Mitchell superbly. Potter's got it now. Not a good hand pass. Madden, little toe poke. That was a terrible kick. Healy's got it. 55 metres out, down towards full forward. It clears the pack. Off hands, and I think it was touched. It hit the post in any case.
It did.
That was the indication from the umpire. So maybe nobody got a hand to it down there. adding to the drama. 12-12, 14-15. Marvellous comeback by the Swans. Can they keep going? West fisting towards the boundary. That was clever. Hannah's got the run of it now. Knocked away by Bolton. It's out of bounds and will be thrown in. Just under 9 minutes remaining.
They get the next goal, then, is make it interesting. And the way they're playing, the endeavour and desperation that we didn't see in the first half is most evident in their application. Madden knocks it down. Gleeson boot the ball very quickly up towards the left half forward flank. Higgins backing up well. And again, out of bounds on the full. They're giving them away.
Yes.
Johnston and Higgins having a slight altercation.
It's the borderline players. I don't mean that unkindly, making the mistakes at the present time.
David Kernahan's kick. Big pack of players. No mark. Mitchell. Well shepherded by Parsons. Kick up towards half forward. Bays can't take the mark. Potter gets it back to Bays. Distance-wise, he'll be okay. Accuracy is there. He's put it through. Well, he missed an earlier one in this quarter, Mark Bays. 14-15, 99 to 13-12, 90. And that time, Dennis, he did follow through with the kick.
Yes, you've got to follow through on the kick. Here's Mitchell, who showed some toe to break away. Potter kept his head well, and Bays goes into an open goal. Well, the Swans, to be commended, testimony to their fitness. So we're back in the middle. Time remaining, just under 8 minutes. 9 points the difference. White again out of the centre. What a game he's played, certainly since half-time. Ball running free on the Swans forward line. McKenzie gets the hand pass away. Blackwell, who's been a resolute defender, hugs the boundary with the kick. The difference, I think, in the class of perhaps the defenders on either side there. Blackwell with the finesse to get the ball out of bounds on the bounce. The Swans have kicked the ball out of bounds on the full 11 times today. Certainly 11 times when not under pressure. Reaching over the top, Parsons. Williams held in the tackle a long time, and that's the call from the umpire. Advantage is paid. Healy sends the Swans goalward. Long, Fell is up, couldn't take the mark. It bounces towards Potter, fisted through by McKenzie. Minor score then. What a thriller. Sydney have got up out of the ground, and now Carlton are like a prize heavyweight just hanging on. This is DeRuy in the pocket. They need a counter-attack to Carlton. They need a goal at the other end. They're absorbing too much pressure. Blackwell cleverly gets around Bays and drives around the outer side. Kernahan is up. What a mark. Well, if there's one man who can spark them, there he is. Centre stage immediately, as you'd expect. The challenge was launched, and up comes Kernahan. A centering kick now, but he can't be everywhere. He kicks towards his position. This is Bradley in the centre square. Hurried kick down towards full forward. One out contest. Carl couldn't take the mark. It spills. He soccers off the ground. Alvin charges it down. An exhausted Tommy Alvin falls on the ball, but goes again. In goes White. And we've got a whistle. The umpire will ball it up. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Carlton 14-15. The Swans are 13-13.
Can the Blues get a goal to answer the challenge? A great fight back by Sydney. And I must admit, I could have been guilty of writing them off in the first half. Carter, the tilt to the boundary line. They want a little bit more positive play. That could have been construed as too high. It'll be out of bounds in front of Bernard Toohey and Steve DeRuy. Or rather, it's Kelly down there, back on the ground. Parsons with Dorotich. Dorotich palms it down. A shot from mid-air by Fraser Brown could have almost been effective. Bolton, looping hand pass to Williams at midfield. He'll try to get onto the right foot. The Bradland medalist down towards right half forward, and he's found Potter. Almost, one would suggest, within kicking distance. He'll look for a lead. It's a centering kick. Where's Fell? Leading out. He's got a strong pair of hands and marks.
What a good mark.
What a great kick.
They were like a vice.
You said earlier, Dennis, in this quarter that when he can read the play and the ball is better delivered, he does the job.
He's going to be a very dangerous forward.
He's kicked 4. Now, the difference at the moment is 99 to 91. So 8 points. The goal here obviously would make it 2. And we've got 4 3/4 minutes left in the game. What's he done?
Yes.
It's a goal. Fell's fifth. 2 points the difference now in a thriller at Princes Park.
BP is on the move. Right now, all over the world, we're redesigning our 20,000 service stations to make them every bit as advanced as the products we sell. We think you'll appreciate the changes sooner or later. BP, on the move.
I'll swap you Bruce Dual for Flower.
How about Waitman for Dacos?
12 of the decade's greatest players have been given a medal, and you can have the first one free. Just ask for your free medal when you buy your copy of this week's Sunday Sun.
Get me Gary.
Sunday Sun?
Don't miss this week's Sunday Sun for your first Legends of the Decade medal, free.
Kate, the new car. It's beautiful. Well, make sure you keep it that way by using Win Spitfire Plus in its fuel tank. Used regularly, Win Spitfire Plus cleans your car's fuel system while you drive. Stops carburetors and fuel injectors from clogging. So next time you fill up, add a bottle of Win Spitfire Plus. It's this easy. You'll have more power, better fuel economy, and easier starting. Remember, when it's Wins, it works!
From service stations and auto stores. King G Workwear. Made to handle anything.
Hey, drop that! Hey, get this off me!
Going someplace? King G Workwear. If they were any tougher, they'd rust.
Can everyone see this? I know the type's a little small, but it's really the best we could do.
If your word processing looks like word processing and your graphics aren't too graphic, you need a Canon laser printer to make the printed page look better for as little as $3,000.
I trust everyone can see this.
Canon laser printers for presentations that will wake the dead.
Breaking sports stories is his business. First with the news that the Bears would strike. 4 weeks before Paul Feltham was sacked, you had the story. When David Parkin rejected the coaching offer, you knew first. And when Brad Hardy told all, who did he speak with? Rob Asprey, breaking the big football news. Today's news, 7 nightly news at 6.
Back into the centre. Fell's fifth goal. Less than a kick in it now. Bradley out of the centre for Carlton. Up towards half forward and there's a mark. It's Wayne Johnston. Can the Dominator do the damage again? And you can see the only player to read the ball on that occasion. Now he can kick long. He'll need to be accurate as well. He's right on 50. He can get it. Oh. He's gone short. And the ball will be out of bounds. 99 to 97, 2 points. And we've got 3 minutes 50 left in the match.
Would have expected more that time from a seasoned campaigner. Parsons over the top, down to Cordy. Cordy gets the hand pass away. Bolton's got the run of it. He's shown a lot of pace in this second half. Higgins over the ball, left it behind, slaps it on, back to Bolton, draws a man, gets it over to Murphy. Murphy's been pretty quiet today. Collides with Kernahan. Play goes on. Gleeson across to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan long down towards full forward. Henwood waiting behind. Bearing down on him, Reece Jones.
Free kick.
And it's going to be a free kick to Henwood, is it?
Interference.
Yes, Reece Jones is upset with that. He wants to be very careful. That is face to face. Henwood.
Just read the microphones on now.
And umpire Smedden having a lot to say. Can't change it though.
It happened just a bit before that.
So Henwood's got the free kick. Deep in his own defensive area. Carlton lead by 2 points. They led by 45 points at half-time. And since half-time, how many goals have they scored? Just 4. Meantime, the Swans take the ball forward. Carter's kick, dropped by Bassett, knocks it across to accommodate Dorotich. In went Williams, taken high. They're getting plenty of free kicks, Sydney, but that's testimony to the way they've gone about their football. Williams on centre wing. Long, 2-on-1 down in the pocket. He needs to get it on the ground. He does. It's picked up by Wright to Kelly. Kelly goes towards the pocket. It bounces out of bounds. 2.5 minutes remain.
Can the Swans get up? Tui gets up limping. 99-97. It looked a one-sided affair, and in fact it was at half-time. The interest wasn't there. What a thrill we have now. Dorotich slaps it down. The kick out of the pack comes to Hannah. He'll go long, there's no doubt about that. A towering punt kick over centre field, but Higgins is there to take the mark for Sydney in front of Verbeek. Thrip on the edge of the square. Next goal, if in fact there is to be one, will be decisive. Fell was the flyer. McKenzie. Alvin takes it from Gleeson on the defensive 50. Cordy, a fine defender all day. Back to Higgins. He's got a great second half, there's no doubt about that. Spears the pass down towards Mitchell, who marks in front of Blackwell, and again right on 50. 1:47 left in the game. Barry Mitchell has kicked 2 goals in the second half. Could be a mammoth kick from there. He's gone for the hand pass. Murphy's kick on the run. Oh. Touched on the line. There's a point in it.
Oh.
And that was the difference in the night game, Dennis. 1 point.
That was smart thinking. Mitchell, who's not a long kick, gave it to Murphy, who is, and less than a metre in that one. Hannah, a point the difference. Kernahan, that's David, has the ball in the left back pocket. What a thriller to start the season. Kernahan, members side with a high kick. In from the side, Tripp, strong mark. There's the time remaining. It's down to the minute mark almost. Tripp has the ball down towards right half forward. A chance to tie it up, certainly, if they take it in here. Tripp towards the pocket. Fell comes over the top. Falls to Johnston. It was a Blackwell. Blackwell who picked it up, got it to Kernahan. Potter, Bays, Mitchell, a snap at goal. It's good.
It's home.
They've never been in front all day. They're in front now. Less than a minute to go, and the Swans lead by 5 points.
Mitchell's third goal, and what a time to kick it. 99-104, and I can't believe it. Carlton had this game parcelled up. They led by 45 points at half-time, and that's his third goal, Barry Mitchell. Now the important thing is the clock. 34 seconds and counting. Mitchell's third. The Swans, are they going to get home in a thriller? Williams out of the centre, no. Mitchell does. Up the half forward. 2-on-2 battle out there. McKenzie socket away by West into the forward pocket. It's out of bounds. Out of bounds now. It hit the behind post, and that might be enough to give the Swans victory.
I think so. The clock is still running, not like the night series.
An amazing finish here at Princes Park as we await the throw-in. Could have been a free kick to Carlton. Swans players pounce on the ball, and there's the siren. Sydney has won.
Oh,
on the post.
What a game.
What a finish.
But I don't think Peter or Dennis could believe it, and you wouldn't at half-time. Sydney getting up with 6-5 in the last quarter to 2 goals. 15-14, 104 to 14-15. Fell got 5, Mitchell 3, 2 to Weston Williams, Dorotich 3, Gleeson 2, and Kernahan 2 for the Blues. Gee, Alex Jesselenko's not going to be happy after that, and Sydney off to a flying start. After the break, the latest footy news with Scotty Palmer and his punchlines.
I've been working here for 7 months now, right? So if I leave, how much holiday pay have I racked up?
I work long hours and I don't think I'm being paid enough. How can I check?
I've heard I have to pay my workers 3% superannuation. Is that right?
They've docked my pay.
What are your rights as an employee? And what are your obligations as an employer? If you've got questions to ask, now you've got answers. Because now your rights are on the line. Wage line. 655 1333.
There's a brand new weekly series out now called Fishing Australia,
written by experts to build into the major fishing reference work. Each issue is packed with articles on the best spots for the best catch, tackle and bait. Fishing Australia shows you the best. Tips for all kinds of fishing, so you'll catch more fish. And with issue 1, you get this helpful Know Your Catch guide free. Fishing Australia. Part 1 is on sale now. It's the best catch you'll ever make. Don't let it get away.
Valvoline, tomorrow's oils today. You know what I mean. Tomorrow's oils today. Valvoline. It's the choice of champions. Keeps your engine running clean. So use the Grace Protector. The choice is Valvoline. Valvoline, tomorrow's oils today. You know what I mean.
Valvoline XLD, Turbo and Synthetic Fortified Synguard from your auto parts shop. Carpet Call's sensational summer sale is now on. Red hot savings on the whole range. Pure wool twist pile in 7 delightful colours, $99 per metre. Or carpet 3 rooms for only $1,099 fully laid. And 100% New Zealand wool loop pile Berber, $86 per metre. Or carpet 3 rooms for only $999 fully laid.
They really are the best in Australia.
Call, Carpet Call. The experts in the trade.
Used regularly, Win Spitfire Plus cleans your car's fuel system while you drive. So next time you fill up, add a bottle of Win Spitfire Plus. You'll have more power, better fuel economy and easier starting. When it's Wins,
it works. We'll take you where you want to go and tell you all you need to know. The big gun is number 1. The big gun is number 1. The big gun is number 1. Cannon backs.
Hi, the world's been waiting for you.
Cannon backs.
I've just turned 19 and, shouldn't I get a pay rise? And how do I check?
Now you can find out what you're entitled to. Because now your rights are on the line. Wage line. 655 1333.
And welcome back to AFL Today. Time now for Scotty Palmer and his punchlines. Let's go to the Sunday Sun office. Scott, I can't wait tomorrow to get my Sunday Sun because this Legends medallions with the great players of the 80s, there'll be a free one in the Sunday Sun tomorrow.
I hope everyone goes out and buys one because they're wonderful medallions and the collection is great to keep for the kids forever. I'm going out to get mine, Bruce, first thing in the morning because I'm hoping perhaps to get a Peter Dacos one. He's one of my favourite players.
You've caused a bit of a stir there too, Scotty, with your selection of those players from those clubs.
Yes, I know. A few people think that we should have put Lee Matthews in, Bruce, but the adjudicator said this is the 12 and this will be the 12.
Well, speaking of great players, Malcolm Blight was that. He's now a coach at Geelong. He did not look happy after the game today. A complete fallout in the second half.
He was livid, Bruce, and this is what he said. I believe they gave up. We have to make some dramatic changes. The personnel we have just can't handle it. And he did indicate that up to 6 players could be dropped from that side, and he even put a question mark over the careers of some.
Did Alan Jeans smile after the game, Scott?
He said, well, it was practice match form. He said, we've been playing the practice matches, and this proves that it's just a practice game for us.
What about Chris Langford? Reported twice today. I guess that's the one black point for Hawthorn.
Yes, he was reported for forearming Cameron and then slapping Gary Ablett over the face with a left hand. I just hope that the tribunal see it his way.
Well, what a start for Jason Dunstall. 7 goals in the last quarter, 12 in total. Couldn't have got off to a better start.
A wonderful story with Jason Dunstall, of course. Just 2 months ago, his father died of a heart attack up there in Brisbane. He went home, missed Christmas down here for the first time, wanted to be with his mum, and he came back remembering the words of his father. He said, always, son, give it the best you can. He said that after the match today, that's what he gave against Geelong out there at Waverley, the best he could.
Well, Scott, he'll be our special guest on Sports World tomorrow. Let's go to the MCG, Melbourne. They just keep on rolling along.
Yes, well, John Northey had some harsh words for the critics who keep on knocking his team. He said, quote, that's the story of our life. Nobody wants to believe we can play football, but we just keep on proving them wrong. John has some injury worries, though. Simon Eischold has done his posterior cruciate and could be out for 6 weeks, so that's a problem for him.
A baptism of fire for Schimmer today as coach of North Melbourne.
Welcome to coaching, he said, as the press walked into the rooms tonight. And he said, well, I'm not blaming the boys that played in the back line against the big forward of the Demons, Bennett, who kicked 8 goals. He said because the ball was released too easily out of the middle and it came down too quickly for them.
Well, you went to Princes Park. How did the Swans get up?
Oh, Diesel Williams, 43 possessions in the middle. It was just a marvellous effort. And, of course, he initiated the whole game for them. They played Rhys Jones on him for a while, but Rhys got tired of chasing Diesel around, and Diesel said afterwards there was no way he was as fit as I was in this game today. But it was a wonderful effort. Colin Kinnear said that the 25-year-old hoodoo out at Princes Park didn't even come into it. He said the Blues played the first half and we played the second half.
Scotty, got to go. Great performance there by the Swans. See you tomorrow on Sports. And there were 104,000 people at the MCG that day. The Saints defeated South Melbourne 22-11 to 13-12. The match was significant in that it was Bob Skilton's final game and it was his first and only finals appearance. Skilton was captain and Norm Smith, another legend, was coach of South Melbourne. Whilst another famous pair were leading the Saints, Ian Stewart, the captain, and Alan Jeans, coach. St Kilda were knocked out in the preliminary final by Carlton, who then went on to defeat Collingwood in the grand final after trailing by more than 7 goals at half-time. That was one of the great final series. The Saints, as I said, going on to the preliminary final where Carlton thrashed them 17-21 to 7-19. But this day, as Minot's about to kick another goal, it was some very, very good yesterday. Jenke kicked the first goal, and it was a sign of times to come. Though Geelong did bounce back, and they more than matched it with Hawthorn in the first 2 quarters and then the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Exel didn't have an influence on the game. Ablett, as I said, had kicked 5 goals. McGuinness was moved off him, and they put Langford back there. This is Ablett in the third quarter, and this is when Geelong had a real run on, and they looked to be playing pretty well at this stage. They got a point in front, and you couldn't believe that Hawthorn could run away and kick 19 of the last 20 goals. Deere was very good for the Hawks. So was Brereton. He kicked 5 goals at centre-half forward, did a lot of the hard work in the first half when it needed to be done. And, of course, Jason Dunstall went on and kicked 12. This was one almost fantastic mark. James Morrissey snapped with the crumbs, and through it went for a goal. Brereton, as I said, was fantastic. Look at the tap over the top to Jenke. Easy as you like. Wonder if they practiced that at Glenferrie Oval. One bounce and through for a goal. Dunstall continued to destroy the Cats, kicking 7 goals in the last quarter. I think he kicked something like 6 goals in the last 15 minutes, the statisticians tell us, and he was unreal. It became the Jason Dunstall show in the last term. I think the disappointing thing for Geelong was the fact that they seemed to spit the dummy in the last quarter, and it was one-way traffic, all at one end, all Hawthorn. Here's Brereton. Deere, who played very well. Lawrence came on in the second quarter and seemed to have a big effect on the game. Here's Dunstall, one of his 12 goals. Looked like it might bounce through. Jason just made a certainty of it. Carlton and Sydney, well, Carlton looked home. They led by 45 points at half-time. They were on a real roll early. Herman kicking the first goal. Fell looked very promising. He had a very big last quarter when it counted, getting the ball out to Williams. What a game he played. I think he had 43 possessions, 22 kicks and 21 handballs, and it was in superb form. It was pretty tough and rough out there at Princes Park, but it looked to be all Carlton in that first half.
And could be 50 metres.
Rhys Jones, Johnston's handball. This is a great goal by the Blues. Pele would have been very pleased with that one. And they kept on marching on. As I said, they led by 45 points at half-time and still had a big lead halfway through the final term. But Williams kept plugging away. Sydney lifted around him, and they began to whittle that lead back. Some very good marks taken there yesterday. Great mark there by Fell. And this is where Sydney was starting to come back, and Carlton was starting to get some wobbles in the final quarter.
Yes.
Carlton in front all day until the last 2 minutes.
Bearing down on him, Rhys Jones. Free kick. And it's going to be a free kick to
Now, Rhys Jones not at all happy about this. Watch this.
Rhys Jones is upset with that.
What David's saying. No microphones on the umpires during the home and away series.
Falls to Johnston.
And this is where it's getting desperate. Sydney's trailing by less than a goal. Bays, left foot by Mitchell, and they get back. In fact, I think that got them back to hit the front right near the siren. It did, the goal by Mitchell. And Sydney taking the Blues at Princes Park. Unbelievable. Williams, fantastic match. 25 years since the Swans have won against Carlton at Princes Park. Silvani could hardly believe it. Okay, the MCG. And Melbourne looked to be in very good form. That was Longmire and Steins getting together early. Now, Lovett just couldn't quite get his foot to this one. Watch this. No, missed the first time. We've got to give up. Now, Bennett was a big plus for Melbourne yesterday. He kicked 8 goals. It's one of the things that the Demons have been lacking. He's a sharpshooter up forward, a man that they can fire into, and they kicked 20 goals yesterday. They didn't do that very often last year. Van der Haar, as we go to the oval at Windy Hill with Fitzroy against Essendon. Van der Haar there with Lyon. Now, was this touched? We're about to see Michael Long, who was in great form yesterday. Bobby Davis has been raving about him. Left foot, was it touched? Fitzroy player thought it was, but a goal. Brisbane and Richmond, start of the game. This is how she started last night at Carrara.
They're coming from everywhere.
Left, right and centre. Don Scott was up there. He'll be back very shortly. It was Nixon and McIver getting together early in the game. Here's a great play by Merritt, tapping the ball to Caton. And a very good snap here. Looked to be running the wrong way. Was able to hook it back high and snap for a goal. David Cloak playing for Richmond. Been at Collingwood for a few years now. And a good goal here by Pickering. Left foot. And Richmond looked pretty good in the first half. Now there was some quite a few duels here. Edward and Egan, Harris and Thompson, and Taylor and Young.
That'll be 50 metres.
But the Bears just kept marching on, and Harris breaking away from Gastick, kicking their 19th goal, and an easy win there for them. Some great marks against McGuinness and also against Langford later on in the day. So Gary Ablett, will that be the mark of the day, or will it be Jason Dunstall in between Yates and Darcy? One of his superb 11 or 12 marks of the day. Stephen Lawrence was in excellent form for Hawthorn, the young fellow who came onto the game and took charge. What about this for Stephen Kernahan? Terrific mark. Now Kernahan drops back, kicks the ball towards centre-half forward, and John Dorotich takes one that's almost as good. So Kernahan to Dorotich. After a great mark, watch Dorotich get up. Hands on the ball, eyes on the ball, and a great mark. Cameron O'Brien took a beauty for Brisbane last night in the game against Richmond. High flying full forward, great mark there. Andrew Taylor was also a superb aerialist last night for the Bears. He went right over the top to take the mark. Brett Lovett, well, we saw Brett almost kick a goal a moment ago. What about that for a one-hander against the Kangaroos? Darren Bennett was in great form, kicked 8 goals for Melbourne yesterday, and one of them came from that mark. Stephen Newport, not known for his high marking, took a beauty on the wing against North Melbourne. And Derek Kickett, what a start he's had for the Bombers. Great start against the Lions with his new club, and he took a finger tipper at juggling it. So which one was the mark of the day? Bob Davis.
Well, Bruce, I thought that they were some very good marks amongst the group there, especially I thought Kernahan was up to his old tricks. Dorotich was excellent. Cameron O'Brien looked very good. We had the acrobatic one-handed mark, but for the real mark of the day, I thought that we had to go to Andrew Taylor, who really set himself, seemed to take off a little bit early actually, and then had to hang in the air for a short time, but had all the attributes of what we expect for a beautiful high mark, and I think that Andrew Taylor can certainly be justified in taking the award of the mark of the, well, the mark of the evening rather than the mark of the day.
Okay, Bob, Andrew Taylor. So Andrew Taylor with the first AFL...
is brought to you by BP. On the move.
And there were some great ones yesterday. Jason Dunstall kicked 12. This was one that he didn't get. James Morrissey feeding off Jason with a great left footer. Yes, through for a goal. Stephen Kernahan in excellent form early for the Blues. From just outside 50 metres. Watch the break on this ball. Greg Matthews will be proud of it. And bounces through for a goal. Kevin Caton saw this on the highlights earlier. Tap by Roger Merritt. Snap by Caton. Goal for the Bears.
And that occasion was by Caton, and he's put it...
Former bomber Stephen Clark in form for the Demons. It's around Steve O'Dwyer-Straubs, and goals for Melbourne. Was that the goal of the week? Darren Crocker for North Melbourne with pace, strength and power from the 50-metre line. A drop punt straight through. Peter Kransberg, the recruit from Perth, was in good form. Here's Darren Bennett, another one for Melbourne. Tucked away in the pocket. Drop punt. 8 goals for Bennett yesterday. Straight through. Now Kransberg as we go out to Windy Hill. Caught on his wrong side here. It's about 45 metres. Back turn. Looks at the goals. Couple of steps and through it goes. Darren Buick was in good form also for the Bombers. They seem to be firing out there at the moment. They've got the Hawks next week. Buick. Left foot snap. Great Rovers goal. Bradley Plain also for Essendon in fine form. The long sleeve jumper, as always. Works around an opponent, snaps the ball back, and through it goes. And finally another Bomber goal. It was raining out there. Buick again, with pace, breaks away, runs into the open goal, and makes no mistake. So which was the goal of the week? Kelvin Moore.
Yes, Bruce, well, conditions were perfect yesterday for goal kicking, but to be quite honest, I would have expected most of those goals to be kicked by league footballers, but there were some good snaps. I thought that Buick, Clark and Caton showed great class with a few snaps, some nice long goals from Crocker, Kernahan and Kransberg, of course, but the one I did go for was one of the latter ones, and that was from Bradley Plain here, who shows great composure in a tight situation, works his way around his opponent well, and delivers the goods with a nice snap, never easy out at Windy Hill. And Foster, in fact, Footscray were in pretty good form in the air, even though they didn't win the match. That was Foster. Now Doug Hawkins, who got the stick on the wing all day, but took a beauty there. Here's the second one of Foster's marks, an excellent one. What about Chris Grant, who looks a very promising player? I know Bernie Quinlan gave him a big rap last weekend. He expects him to be a star of the future. We go to the game in Perth last weekend. Darren Mullane played very well yesterday, was also in good form. Dennis Banks took a beauty there, and Troy Ugle, this wasn't a bad performance either, in the forward pocket, over the top, taking that mark. Friday night, some great goals, as we've already seen, and some excellent marks. Wayne Carey over the top. Michael Pickering must have been